Hello, good day. I'm Marcellus Wankwo, tech lead and blockchain engineer here at Agolite. I'll be doing a short explainer on Agolite blockchain and Web3 development in this space and how you, a tech hub, community, and training center will benefit, you and your community will benefit from working with us on growing and driving the massive evolving Web3 and blockchain development learning space. Agolite has this vision. We are working towards driving Web3 and blockchain development to all the corners of the country. And we believe that this is best time to drive and grow both the community towards the Web3 and blockchain development space, tech space. Now, we know that blockchain development is a year-long or 2-year-long journey, but we designed a 3 months project-driven intensive dive into blockchain development. What we do is that we try as much as possible within the first 3 months to drive both your community and the individuals that are either currently Web2 developers. These are engineers that are already working with web development, data scientists, mobile app developers, either want to go into the blockchain field or Web3 field. We try as much as possible to drive them within the first 3 months to get on their feet, where they can start working and collaborating to deliver wonderful Web3 projects going forward. So the benefit of working with us going forward is a few things. First of all, we designed, yes, the first 3 months is meant to be fast-paced. There will be weekly sessions with the experts, and we believe in building by doing. So we try as much as possible to build live projects. That's to give them live experience. This project can also act as more like for resume for those that are willing and want to dive right into working either remote jobs or working for the country. And yes, community. Community is the keyword. That's why we are working with tech community like you, tech hubs like you guys, to drive and grow the engagement within the blockchain and Web3 space. As we said, we believe in doing learning by doing. We are going to be working with engineers and working with experts within this space to build projects that are going to give everybody, especially your communities, the exposure needed to work with. There are going to be workshops, there are going to be peer-to-peer sections, and there are going to be professional development projects meant to give them exposure within the workspace. So as we are learning blockchain technology, starting with Solidity, you actually drive projects within the space. Now, this is like a snapshot of the first 3 months. This is what we have in store for both you and your community going forward. First of all, we start with the basics of blockchain development. Don't worry if some of these things are a little bit alien to you, but we'll try as much as possible to break it down. And as your community are part of the learning space, we'll grow and make these things more simpler. So we'll do basics of fundamentals of blockchain technology. We are going to work with tools like EtherJS, Hard Hat, which is very, very fundamental and basic what you are going through working with blockchain technologies. Then we'll start working on smart contracts. These are projects and these are contracts that allow automated transaction using technology. Also, whether you are working, you're already a Web2 engineer, we also work with frameworks like React and Next.js. So it's a little bit comfortable transition from a traditional Web2 developer to Web3 developer. We're also going to work on live and interesting projects around the ARC20 tokens, hard hats, NFT projects, as well as DAO. And we step a little bit further into a little bit more advanced projects like DAO, security, and smart contract auditing. Yeah. So there will be weekly sections with experts. Now, this it is designed in such a way that each individuals and each community member that will be working within the Agolite learning space is going to be assigned to experts, a certain number to a certain number of experts. Now, this is beyond just collaborating within the space. The essence is that wherever there will be time for debugging, there will be weekly sessions for debugging, Q&A sections, irrespective of wherever you are in any part of the country. We try as much as possible to ensure that there are weekly sections with experts to get you up some bugs and everything that might get you stuck at every point in time. Also, like we said, we believe in showing evidence of what you're working on. So there will be a lot of life projects that is meant to give the individuals a community exposure while they are learning and going through the learning space. Now, community cannot be overemphasized. community. So we are building a community. Yes, there are tech communities around the globe, but we want a collaborative nature within the Web3 space as it is growing and there is a lot of new things coming out every day. We believe that the community and collaborative efforts between tech communities around the globe, including yourself, will actually go a long way to making us grow and actually own the blockchain and Web3 space. Now, this is the reason why we believe that working with you guys is going to be the best way to actually bring out the best within the blockchain and Web3 development learning space. Okay, first of all, we are reaching out to you because we've seen your efforts, the effort you are doing towards driving the growth and economic growth within your region as a tech hub, community, or training center. We commend you for that. And we believe that you can go a step further. This is by empowering and actually driving some of your community individuals to start looking into the big and evolving space of blockchain and Web3 development. Yeah, there are opportunities within the country, there are opportunities outside the country for individuals that have started and actually have prominent skills within the blockchain and Web3 space. And we want to drive and help your community get access to those opportunities, prepare and actually start assessing those opportunities. For benefit of working with collaborating with the community, tech community like yours, we believe that first of all, there are resources that have been gathered to guide individuals within your community through the learning space. Now, these are already individuals that belong to your community. So whether they have been working with us or working with their colleagues around the country, they are definitely going to be working on projects, Web3 projects as they belong and they are active members of your community. We also look to host Web3 events going forward because, like we said, the space is a rapidly growing space and we'll be holding weekly, monthly, biannual events on different aspects in the Web3 and blockchain space. And yes, your community is going to benefit a lot, knowledge-wise and network-wise from these events going forward. Now there will be a lot. Yes, we are starting with the first 3 months intensive project-driven learning path to get everybody off their feet. But there are a lot of things we have in store for both the community. First of all, individuals working from your community as well as the individuals that are going to be joining your community with respect to this. Now we have a concern that after this is a concern raised by individuals going through some tech boot camps. Now, we want and we are going to drive as much as possible to ensure that individuals that want to register with us have access or belong to a tech community like yours. So we are going to be driving users directly to you as long as they want to go through this first. We want them to have a sense of belonging. That is why we emphasize on belonging to a tech community like yours as they are going through the learning space, which is the benefit. It helps improve your business because we are driving individuals to come to your community if they want to belong and start thriving within the learning space. Now, we're also going to, like we said, we're going to host events in your location as well as other locations. This is to boost the knowledge around the space, the Web3 and blockchain space. Now, we are going to do this as well as possible, as long and as frequently as possible to drive the knowledge base around the Web3 and blockchain space. Now, for the resources for going through the program, we gather resources and we are going to learn some things driving from working with Remix. Remix is an Ethereum-based IDE there's going to be a lot of projects within Remix. We also gather resources from Chainlink. Chainlink is an oracle, a blockchain oracle that allows communication between the blockchain network as well as the outside space. It's more like a middle point. So there are resources we gather from Chainlink. I'm going to start with Solidity. Solidity is the most popular programming language, blockchain programming language out there. I'm going to start deep dive into Solidity. In fact, it's going to be a full stack Solidity learning path that's going to get individuals and those within your community from start to end. And we're going to work with the Open Zappolin, which is an open source smart contract platform, which they are doing a lot. And individuals that are very comfortable with open source Open Zappolin are actually going to thrive as smart contract engineers. We're also going to work with technologies like Ether.js, React, Next.js in particular, which is a React framework, Moralis as well as Hardhat. And these are a few resources that have been put in place to ensure that individuals within your community can start and thrive as competent blockchain engineers. So if there are any questions, because we are sending both this presentation as well as a formal proposal to your community via your official email as well as through WhatsApp if you have a direct contact person. But if there's any question, feel free to reach out to us. We have our direct line as well as our WhatsApp line. You can reach out to us. You can reach out to us via email, and someone will respond to you as soon as possible. Thank you very much. I believe this gives a deeper understanding on what the Agolite blockchain and Web3 learning space is all about. Thank you, and we hope to work with you guys going forward. Have a nice day.